back to Reactions That Rock. I am Seth, the former rock and roll radio DJ, now just a guy trying to get his goddamn studio lighting to work. This is washed out, I don't like this. New camera, bad lighting. God, I need to hire a union engineer, don't I? Anyway, speaking of hiring union engineers, or the complete and utter exact opposite of that, this right here is a band with no representation whatsoever. Yes, on February 1st, I put out a short asking for unsigned or local band submissions. Yes, I want somebody who is not beholden to a record company to send me their stuff. You can do it down here too if you missed that short, that's fine. Back in the day, I hosted a local radio show. Yes, we did local live bands, or local bands that played live that sent me tapes. Yes, tapes. And I fired those up, and for 1 whole hour, we got to listen to the best unsigned music in the area. And now my area has expanded globally, and I want to hear more and more unsigned or indie music that does not have major representation, no radio play, stuff you guys have literally never heard of before unless it's local to your area. Again, links down there. Tell me who I got to hear. Russ, up in Canada, told me I got to hear Glitch. The song is called Freeze the Fall, or is it Freeze the Fall and the song is called Glitch? It's Freeze the Fall. That's the name of the band. See, they're so local, so unsigned that I don't have any idea what's happening. The band is Freeze the Fall. The song is called Glitch, and I feel like I might be glitching in my brain right now, so without further ado, I'm just gonna fire this up and see what it is. I have not listened to any of this ahead of time, so I don't know if this is good, bad, indifferent, horrible, terrible. I'm assuming it's probably music that can be played live by a band, so I'm assuming we're kind of maybe in the rock genre here. However, I have no idea. This could be hardcore rap. I don't know. What I will say is that I am hoping the production quality is good. I have listened to a lot of bands, put a lot of music on a lot of tapes, CDs, Spotifys, etc., and some have great production quality and some not so much. So we're going to find out. I'm hoping, please give me good production quality, and if the production quality is good, the song is already a 5, even if it's terrible. Everything after that is just bonus points. So we're going to check out Freeze the Fall with their song Glitch. No more yapping, let's fire it up. Okay, so far, good production quality. Okay, this is right in my friggin' wheelhouse. Yes, I've worked with unsigned local bands. I've worked with local bands that were unsigned that became signed. In fact, the first band I ever interviewed in my local radio station, local band studio, was a band you might have heard called Nonpoint. They've done pretty good for themselves, haven't they? Okay, so let's get into this. First of all, the video has kind of a mid-90s vibe to it. This is the economic way of recording a music video. That's the politically correct way to say it. You take the band, you put them somewhere, you hang some extra stuff in the background, you put some extra stuff in the room, and they play. And it's the most cost-effective way to bang out a video, because other than renting the space, unless their parents own the building or something, your costs are minimal. I dig it. It's a very, very smart move not to dump a ton of money that could be used for, say, touring or instruments into production. Also, let's talk about this guy real quick. One of the things I noticed in the band, and it doesn't seem like a crutch, but I have to point this out, is that there are two women featured predominantly in this band, a singing guitarist and a bass player, both doing the mid-90s. We know there's a camera there, but we're not going to look into it brooding thing. I dig it. I'm not sure either of these people existed in the mid-90s. We're 30 years later, so it's possible that they don't even know what the mid-90s felt like because they showed up in like the early 2000s. But anyway, back to it. This dude. Two girls in the band fronting it, kicking ass, and then this poor drummer who's like, you're the dude, nobody cares, put on a mask. I don't know if it was their idea or his idea, but I kind of dig it because you're so used to male-fronted rock bands being kind of shoved down your throat and thrown at you. And here, they're not only saying we're the two women in the front, but we're also saying this could be anybody, or this guy's anonymous, or it doesn't matter, this is just our rhythm section. And he's got the mask on, and he's just completely and utterly obsolete, other than the fact that he's keeping a pretty good groove on this song. I'll get more into the song itself in a bit, but I'm just telling you what I'm noticing right from the jump. And we're going to check out some more of this. I do have one tiny bit of constructive criticism that the internet will tear me apart for, so you're going to want to stick around and hear that, but we're going to catch up more of this. Nice little bass groove. Breakdown. Whoops. Okay, I actually like the way they came out of that bridge. They kind of gave it to us a little bit of that subtle background vocal coming in with a little bit of the distorted auto-tune or reverb kick to it. Muted just a little bit so it didn't take away from what we were going to get into by bringing the song back. I actually really, really dig that. I cannot tell if this is layered. It sounds to me like I'm picking up on a few things that may be extra tracks in there, which is common in the recording studio to lay down 8, 12, 15, 64 tracks to really, really layer the song. I'm picking up a little bit. It could be the bass if there's like a reverb pedal going on with it or something. It could just be the bass kind of coming back and hitting with that or some type of a pedal effect. But I'm almost picking up on something a little bit in there, and I really like that. So many people get into, I don't know if it's a recording studio or dad's garage or whatever, but so many bands get in, and they have a song that 3 people wrote, and 3 people play 3 parts of one song, and that's the end of it. And it's not a bad sound. It could sound really, really good. It's got that kind of, usually a little more of a punk edge to it when it's kind of thrown down like that. This feels layered, and if it's not, then these people are playing incredibly, incredibly well if they did this without multiple layering of instruments. I'm really, really digging it. We're going to wrap it up, and then I'm going to tell you the one little nuanced criticism I have, and it's not a bad thing, but you'll hear it in a minute. And let's let this roll through the end. Okay, when I asked for a unsigned or local band submission, I have to be honest, this was already better than anything I expected. And I'm speaking from experience. Like I said, I hosted an hour-long local music showcase once a week on FM radio in a top 100 market. If that means anything to you, it probably doesn't anymore because nobody listens to radio anymore. But anyway, I used to beg for submissions every week, and I would get submissions every week, and 70% of them were not radio ready. And what I mean by that is the production quality was very, very poor. A 4-track mixer in somebody's garage, rough vocals, no effects, no editing, just slapped together and thrown out there, which is fine if you're a live band doing that, and that's your live sound, but it doesn't always translate well into radio-produced production quality. This has, right now, everything that radio would be looking for. This is professionally produced, or at least produced at a professional level by amateurs. I don't know which. It's 3 minutes and 25 seconds, which is right in the sweet spot for a radio song. If you're writing for radio, you want to stay between 3:15 and 3:45, because you can get more music in every hour when the songs are that short. Also, you're less likely to have people hear a song and flip off of it if they know it's going to be over shortly, if they don't like it. So it's got everything. Radio wants to get between 15 and 18 songs an hour. Most hit 13, 14, but if you can hit 15, 16 with some 3-minute 25 gems, you've got it. The quality of this was fantastic. As far as the mix goes, I don't think anything was overmixed or undermixed. A lot of times the vocals are either too high or too low, depending on who throws me what. And I thought this was perfectly mixed. I could hear every instrument playing their part as they were supposed to without anybody overshining anybody else in the band, outshining, shoe-shining, whatever. So I actually really, really did dig this. Now, I mentioned I had one criticism, and that's what's going to happen when I'm dealing with unsigned artists, local bands, local musicians to your area or my area, is I'm going to offer a little bit of a critique. And this isn't me being mean. This isn't me being a jerk. This is me coming from actual experience working with local bands who have gone on to play at Ozfest, headline their own shows, sign multi-year, multi-deal record company contracts. I've worked with some of these bands. You will see my real name, which is Seth, but I don't give you my last name. You will see my name in liner notes of CDs that you bought in 2002, okay? I have worked with these bands. I have worked with a record company. We won't drop names. They don't exist anymore. Pour one out for my homies. So I do have a little bit of a clue as to what I'm talking about here, and here's my only criticism. And I am going on one song, so I haven't heard like a whole album or an EP or anything, but here it is. My only criticism is I think that the singer is holding back on us. Her voice, I think, is capable of getting just a little more punch to it, which will bring some of that emotion and that enunciation into the songs. It was good. I'm not knocking the singing at all. I think she did a fantastic job, and on the face as this song could be on radio today. It has literally all the hallmarks of everything everybody's looking for that sound. But like I said, I think she played it safe with the vocals, maybe tested herself just a little bit. But if they have other songs, I want to say they, it's not she. I know it's a band and she's the singer, but they are the whole band. If they have other songs out there where she just cuts loose a little bit more in the vocals, maybe a scream, maybe a growl, maybe a throw something at you, maybe bring the music down and she just kind of pours it out. Because from what I'm picking up here, I think she is a stronger singer than what we saw today. And that is a compliment, even though I'm asking for a little bit more and I'm calling it criticism. I think she's stronger than what she gave us. And again, that was good. Not knocking it at all. I just think there's a little more gas in that tank and I want to see it. So that being said, thank you so much for watching. Give a thumbs up if you want. Give a thumbs down if you want. But you got to give me some thumbs no matter what. That's the rules I just made up right now, and you've got to abide by them. You also have to subscribe because all the cool kids are doing it, and you've got to be one of the cool kids. It's taken you long enough. Go ahead, be cool. And I'm going to leave you with a new sign-off, and I just said it. Go ahead.